Hi, thank you. Yes, I'm Emma. I'd like to start by echoing the sentiments of the previous speakers, acknowledging the traditional owners in the room and on the land and sea countries where this work was. Is this someone's phone? Your time is up. Ah. Oh, thank you. Here we go. All right. So this is a chapter of my PhD work that I do with Angela Dean, we've all met, and Kerrie at the, Kerrie Wilson, the School of Environment at the University of Queensland. So I want us all to imagine that we're out on the reef. We're participating in a marine citizen science experience. We're feeling a sense of wonder and awe. We're feeling connected to nature. We're also talking to people and meeting other people and talking about what we can do for the reef. We're having conversations, we're practicing different behaviours. Fast forward, we've been invited to go to a beach cleanup. Do we go? Do we invite a friend? Do we encourage other people to join us? So this sort of situation is what I'm interested in studying through this project. What is the connection there? What is the connection between this marine citizen science experience, the different parts of those experiences? So the nature experience, I think what a lot of us felt growing up and think, oh, we just need to do that. We need other people to experience how I felt about nature, and then they'll go out and do it. But there's these other parts of these experiences, the social interactions that we have with other people. And I'm looking at understanding these. So, a national context, stewardship is something that our documents, our strategy for nature documents talk to, our state of the environment documents talk to about specifically engaging people in citizen science programs with the hope that it will lead to action for them doing stuff for nature. At an international level, there's similar sentiments about cultivating stewardship as a normal social practice. So what can people do? Using this broad definition of stewardship that we've heard from this morning, there's lots of things: education, monitoring, sharing information, taking action and advocating for nature and civic actions. So these stewardship actions can contribute to our conservation solutions. But if we want people to do more of those stewardship solutions, we need to understand what influences them and how we can promote those more broadly. So this study, it was working with Jenn, Loder, who's in the audience, or was before, there she is, at Reef and the Citizen Science Alliance. And we surveyed 24 different events with 130 participants completing 10-minute intercept surveys at citizen science events. We wanted to understand those nature experiences and those social experiences that I described at the start, and how they influence different types of behaviour. So how willing people, or how likely people would be in the few months after that event to do a range of different things. And so those actions included adopting a personal action yourself or encouraging someone else to do it. We also wanted to understand how environmental identity and past participation or social capital measures influence those relationships between these predictor variables and the outcomes. I just missed there. If people are not familiar with the Reef Blitz events, it's an annual event that brings together multiple citizen science programs to help Queensland's communities collect information relevant to the reef. So there's beach cleanups, there's visits out to the reef. It's I guess, going out into nature, experiencing the nature and learning something about how you can help. So modeled on the BioBlitz model, if you're familiar with that. So some of our results for those experiences, those nature experiences, connecting to nature, so being in nature and feeling connected to it, increased likelihood of doing personal action, so doing something yourself. And this was stronger for people who didn't participate in environmental groups already, and for those who didn't feel a strong sense of environmental identity. It's possible that this might be a novelty thing, but our suggestion for these findings is to design adaptable environmental experiences that can cater to diverse audiences. So people with both low and high environmental identity, and those people who have already environmental groups. Another experience, a nature experience that was related to personal actions and encouraging other people to take action, was observing impacts. So seeing and experiencing nature and feeling that that made that experience, that made conservation issues real. So this effect was constant across identity and past participation in groups. And what this said to me was that we really need to, we're designing citizen science experiences. So we're going to go the effort of designing an experience for people to do. And if we're going to do that, we really need to join the dots between, here is nature, isn't it wonderful and beautiful? It's a sense of wonder and awe. But here's the problem. This is the threat. This is what it's facing. Here's some of the solutions, and here's how you can contribute to it. If we want people to act, we need to make that journey really explicit, from problem to solution and their individual contribution. Some social experiences that were significant for taking personal action was learning from others. So talking to other people and learning from them at the event. This was a stronger effect for people who hadn't previously participated in community groups. And again, designing the programs to be adaptable would be an outcome for that. Another social experience that was related to taking action was observing others. So seeing other people take action for the reef. And this was stronger for people with a strong environmental identity, and it increased the likelihood of taking personal action. But for those with a weak environmental identity, we didn't see much effect. So it could be the, something called the diffusion of responsibility, where you see other people doing it and you think that problem's taken care of, I don't need to do that, or that's not something that I do. And a suggestion that I think would come out of that would be to design activities that are inclusive, and make sure that the message that goes with that is that we really need all people on board. This is something that everyone can do, and we need all of you. So to summarize, some of the key suggestions coming out of these findings: optimize both nature and social experiences to co-optimize stewardship actions, cater to diverse audiences across environmental identity and their past participation in groups. And that I think the strongest recommendation for me that I'd like to highlight is that one of connecting the dots from that nature experience through to the action that people can take. This work builds on past work, improving the survey method that we used. So you can see more of the published work there, and hopefully soon another paper with the work that I've presented today. And a big thank you to all the people involved, all the organizations who made it possible. And yeah, thanks everyone.